Hey guys, it's me Seren, back with another video. I don't really want to call this a rant video, even though I'm really angry right now. Um, but by the time I get to the end, I might be even more pissed. So this might end up turning into a rant video. So I apologize in advance if I end up shouting at the screen by the end of this video. I felt compelled to make this video after hearing about the death of Kalief Browder. I've wanted to make a video kind of on this for a while, but especially after hearing about the death of Kalief Browder, I was really, really disturbed hearing about this guy's death, this young man's death, younger than me, younger than I am. Anyone that follows me on Twitter probably saw that I was like ranting on Twitter on Tuesday. I was like just really, really disturbed by this story. For those of you that don't know, Kalief Browder was a young guy from the Bronx, from New York, that when he was 16, he was accused of stealing a backpack. The cops accosted him while he was walking home in the Bronx. He was from the Bronx. And they accused him of stealing the backpack. He said, "I didn't steal the backpack." They said, "We have a witness that says that you stole it." They arrested him and they put him in Rikers. Now, Rikers is not supposed to be a prison where you stay long term. And when he was initially put there, it was supposed to be basically just to hold him, right? Like just his holding situation until he was able to be formally charged and go to trial. He ended up being in Rikers for 3 years. He was in Rikers for 3 years. He was never assigned a lawyer. He was never formally charged. He was never given a day in court. He never went before a judge. He never had a trial. They basically arrested him on, this accusation that he stole a backpack. They put him in jail, and they let him rot in jail for 3 years. When they put him in jail, they gave him a $10,000 bond that his parents could not pay, because who has $10,000 just lying around? They also could not afford a lawyer. The city said they were going to give him a city-appointed lawyer, but New York, the prisons are overrun with blacks and Hispanics, black and brown bodies, all types of people that can't afford lawyers, right? They just can't afford any type of, legal counsel. And if you only have 100 public defendants, but you have 5,000 open cases of fucking kids sitting in Rikers, they just have to wait, right? They just have to wait. So they put this kid in jail. He was in jail for 3 years. 3 years. They finally released him. It came out that the only reason really why they originally released him, they didn't give any reason as to why. They were just like, "Okay, you're free to go," after fucking spending 3 years in jail. "Oh, you're free to go." And then it ended up coming out, I read on the New York Times that apparently they lost contact with the witness, the person that said they saw him take the backpack. So they weren't able, of course, to move forward with any type of trial or any type of charges or anything like that. So they had to let him out. Basically. Once he got out, they went to his family. They kind of went to the media. Their story started getting all this buzz. He went on Rosie O'Donnell's show, and apparently he met with Jay-Z, even though Jay-Z kept that nice and quiet. He wasn't posting that on Instagram or Twitter or anything like that. An anonymous donor offered to fund his college tuition so he could go back to school because, he was a kid when he was arrested at 16. He also claimed that he was abused while he was in Rikers, that he was physically and verbally assaulted by the other inmates as well as by the COs and the prison guards, which at first nobody believed him, but then video footage came out. It was leaked of him being viciously fucking attacked by the correctional officers. His family was filing a wrongful suit against the city. Hopefully they continue to move forward with it. But the end of the story is that over the weekend, on June 6th, he killed himself. He hung himself in his house, in his parents' house. He hung himself with his air conditioner cord. And it's just like, I'm so upset by this story, honestly. I'm so disturbed. I had heard about it previously, but to hear that he killed himself, I'm going to be 100% real with you guys, and I broke down. I broke down crying when I heard that he killed himself, right? 16 years old, accused of stealing a book bag. A book bag wasn't wasn't a book bag full of $50,000 worth of cash either. A book bag. They arrest you. They throw you in Rikers. They don't let you out for 3 years. You never see a trial. You never go to court. You never see a judge. You're never assigned a lawyer. But I bet you for that 3 years that he was in Rikers, they had him doing prison work for free, right? Because the fucking industrial prison complex is the new modern day form of slavery where they fucking lock up black and brown bodies and they make us work for free, making Burger King uniforms for free, picking up garbage by the side of the road for free. Those are all jobs that you would have to pay somebody to do, but instead, these huge corporations contract these jobs out to these fucking prison systems so these prisoners do this fucking work for free. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And they literally capture people. It's literally like slavery, like how they would go to fucking Africa, like how they would go to the Caribbean, how they would go to the West Indies, how they would go to the indigenous lands in Australia, and they would round people up, they would corral them, and they would bring them into these colonized nations so they could work for free. It's literally the same exact thing. They go into the black and brown communities, they go into the neighborhoods, they round up the kids, and they put them in jail and they put them in prison where they can fucking work for free. Period. If you don't get it, I don't know what to fucking tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Never got a trial. Never got a day in court. Never got a lawyer. Sat in jail for 3 years. If we heard about a story like this coming out of fucking Cuba, where they fucking lived under communism, coming out of China, coming out of Iraq, coming out of a country in the Middle East, that shit will be front page on every news article. On some look at the fucking savage way that they do things overseas. Oh, thank God for America, democracy, patriotism, this, that, and the third. This shit happened in New York City, and the media is keeping it quiet, and they're not saying shit about it. Right? Because who gives a fuck about these black kids? Who cares? Who cares about them? Same thing in fucking McKinney, Texas. The cops are part of a system where they represent the arm of a fucking racist, white supremacist, capitalist, a system, a government, a society, where they're able to go into communities and fucking collect people, corral them up, put kids in handcuffs, arrest them for nothing at all, and cart them off. School to prison pipeline. The school system is the same thing. The school system is just another part of this fucking system that's meant to put black and brown bodies in a certain place where we can work for free for this country. Because we're black and brown. Alright? If you don't see it, I don't know how else to tell you. How else to fucking break it down to you. How the police are the fucking strong arm of this system. Meant to protect white people from black people and from people of color. Meant to protect rich people from poor people in our capitalist society as well. Because I'm not going to deny that, of course, there's also always a fucking money and class element to all of this as well. Meant to fucking protect assets, protect companies, protect corporations, protect money, protect capitalism. It's disgusting and it makes me fucking sick. And the fact that this fucking shit, this kid got arrested on some bullshit, still in a book bag. He sat in jail for 3 years. They set his bail at $10,000. But then you have these fucking white people that kill people and get away with it. These fucking white people that fucking steal money from people. These fucking bank assholes, JP Morgan and this and that steal millions and billions of dollars, get away with it. It's fucking disgusting and it's so disturbing and I'm so disturbed. This whole Kalief Browder story disturbs me on so many levels from beginning to end. And this kid killed himself. He's dead. 22 years old. He hung himself. He's dead. He's dead. Why is that not on the front page of every fucking newspaper calling for fucking criminal reform? Calling for reform of the criminal system and of the justice system. This is definitely a rant video. Kalief Browder the story made me want to make this video. The meat and potatoes of one of the things that I want to get into in this video is that, as I just said, this is not going to be on the front page of the media. I keep saying why is it not, but I know why it's not. It's because the media is also another part of that system, okay? The media, the white supremacist media, is also another part of that system. Anyone that follows me on Instagram know that last week on Family Friday, because I do Family Fridays every Friday on my Instagram page where I post black families, I went on like a spam spree where I posted the black families of rich and famous black athletes, entertainers, actors, singers, you know, football players, NBA players. The majority of them, the vast majority of them have black wives, they have black children, and they have black families. And I went on that spree to kind of combat this idea, this belief that rich and famous black men don't want black women, that they prefer white women and they prefer other women. That is a myth. It's a myth that's perpetuated by a white supremacist media that fucking parades out mixed race couples and interracial couples all the time, right? You can't get away from fucking Nick Young, Swagless P, and fucking Amethyst Kelly, fucking Ify Azuzu ass, and the fact that they just got engaged. You can't get away from it. You can't get away from fucking Kanye and his corporation, Kim West. You can't get away from it. But you know what they don't show? They won't show you Richard Sherman, football player, and his pregnant fucking black girlfriend. They won't show you that, right? They never want to talk about fucking LeBron and Savannah and their 3 black kids. LeBron is arguably one of the best players in the league right now, or the best. They never fucking want to talk about that. They never want to talk about Russell Westbrook and his black fiance. They never want to talk about that. Young Thug, who's arguably one of the hottest rappers right now, you know, feel how you want to feel about his rapping ability, but he's everywhere. They never want to talk about the fact that he has a black, dark-skinned fiance. She's a dark-skinned girl. She's darker than me. They never want to talk about that, right? They big up certain things in the media because the media is also a part of this white supremacist, racist, sexist, capitalist system that's trying to brainwash you, that wants you to believe certain things about your own people. So you end up with a generation of black youth that are fucking confused and that want to date each other but feel like they don't want each other, which I talked about in my video on dating, you know, where you have black men that sit on these message boards and they say, oh, I would love to date this dark-skinned black girl, but I bet she only wants white men, because you see that paraded out too, fucking black women with these white guys. And then you have black women that say, oh, I would love to date this black guy, but I bet he only wants white women or other women. It's a stereotype. And it's something that's perpetuated by white supremacist media. All the gossip sites, all the blog sites, all the social media sites, it's part of a pattern, it's part of a plan, and it's part of a design. And another portion of it is to keep you distracted from what's going on in the world, which is why a story like Kalief Browder does not make it to the front page of the media. They want to keep us fucking asleep, you know? Give them bread and circuses, right? Fucking distract us with a whole bunch of bullshit so that we don't really see what's fucking going on. And the black celebrities, which I'm guessing this video is going to be entitled Black Celebrity Activist Rant, are also a part of this. And I like celebrities. I've talked about this in other videos. I like celebrities. I like pop culture. I grew up in a very, you know, pop culture centered household, which again I've talked about in other videos. You know, we had all the magazines in my house. Us Weekly, People Magazine, you know, all the fucking gossip magazines, all the fashion magazines, Harper's Bazaar and Vogue, and W and Elle and Cosmo, you know. I could name all the fucking poppin' actors and actresses. I can name all the models. I can name all the celebrities, you know. I'm not anti-pop culture by any means, but at a certain point, you have to really understand that these celebrities are also a part of that system. And it sucks because, like I said, like I like the celebrities just like everybody else. I read the gossip sites just like everybody else. I'm interested in the relationships and the fashion and the this and the that just like everybody else. But even I have to admit that even the people that I like are also a part of this system because it's blatant. It's blatant. It's obvious that these people are getting paid hush money. That's really what it is. It's hush money. It's fucking hush money. It's hush money. You know? I got into it with some fucking Beyonce stans on Twitter because on Monday, on Monday, Beyonce goes on Good Morning America to talk about how she's going vegan. I don't give a fuck that Beyonce's going vegan. No one apparently gives a fuck that Beyonce's going vegan because there was this huge backlash from her own stan base, the BeyHive, because I guess over the weekend she had like put all this shit everywhere on all her social media accounts, and they were like running all these commercials and on TV and on Good Morning America talking about, you know, oh, Beyonce's gonna make a huge announcement on Monday, huge amazing announcement, tune in. People were thinking she was gonna announce that she was pregnant again. People were thinking she was gonna announce, you know, new music, a new CD. People were thinking she was gonna announce another tour. People got up at 6 in the morning, because Good Morning America comes on at 6 in the morning on the East Coast, which means that if you're on the West Coast, what, you got up at 4, 3? Isn't that like a 3-hour time difference? People got up in the morning to watch this Good Morning America interview. This bitch comes out and she wants to talk about veganism. And how she's fucking going vegan. One, bitch, none of us give a fuck. None of us give a fuck. If you want to go vegan, that's cool. That's great. That's wonderful. That's awesome. One of my best friends just went vegan. We were just texting about it. And she was telling me how, you know, she does her meal prep. She's not eating any processed foods anymore. You know, she's been eating this. She's been eating that. She feels cleaner. She feels healthy. You know, blah, blah, blah. That's awesome. That's great. If you want to go vegan, that's great. But guess what, bitch? That's a personal choice. That's a personal fucking motherfucking choice. That's between you and your chef. Because I'm pretty sure the bitch has a fucking personal chef that lives in her house that cooks all that shit anyway. That's between you and your personal chef and your doctor. We don't need to know about that. And if we do want or need to know about it, bitch, you could have put a post up on Vine, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr. You could have done so many other things to let us know that you're going vegan, to fucking bring light to veganism, and veganism is going to be your cause. Like, why have this big, huge fucking announcement on Good Morning America, running commercials and this and that? Like, you going vegan is such a big deal. And it was the same exact thing with fucking Tidal. It was the same thing with Tidal. They made this big, huge deal about Tidal, like as if they're curing cancer, like as if they're opening some type of charity. We all tuned in to watch the fucking, the press conference shit, and it was just to announce this bullshit-ass streaming service where they signing forms and this and that. These people have these huge egos, these overinflated egos, and this just sense of self-importance. Like, everything they do is so important, right? I took a shit this morning. I'm gonna fucking make an announcement about it on Good Morning America. Like, you are not that fucking important. You're not that important. Or, if you are that important, if you do honestly really think you're that fucking important, that you want to use your platform for activism, then I'm gonna need you to step up to the motherfucking plate. I'm going to need you to step up to the plate. I hate to keep using Beyonce, because I know it feels like I'm picking on her, but promoting veganism is a cause. I'm sorry. Promoting veganism and promoting it that hard that you're going to go on Good Morning America and make this fucking announcement about it and say like, oh, and I'm going to start writing books and I'm going to run a lifestyle blog and everyone please, you know, tune in. One, yes, bitch, I know that's to make some more money, because all y'all want to do is make money, okay, in addition to the touch money that you're getting paid. One, if you're going to fucking promote a cause, you can obviously tell nowadays that these celebrities, these black celebrities, pick and choose what causes they're going to pick. People love to say that black celebrities are not activists, but it's like, they are activists. They're activists when they fucking feel like it, right? They're activists when they feel like it. When Beyonce has feminism in 6-foot-tall letters behind her on stage, and when she's talking about feminism in every fucking interview, declaring yourself a feminist is a definitive political stance. That is a political stance. That is the same as declaring yourself a Democrat or a Republican in my book. You're taking a definitive political stance by calling yourself a feminist, and you're advocating that cause when you go around talking about feminism. You're calling yourself a vegan, and you're promoting veganism. That is a cause. And you are a activist when you are going around promoting fucking veganism. Just like PETA, just like the fucking, you know, the people that don't wear fur. I think that might also be PETA. Like, that's activism. It's political activism. It's political. It's a cause. So don't try to tell me, oh, she's not an activist. These people pick and choose. They pick and choose, and they pick and choose what causes are important to them. Veganism is important enough that you went on Good Morning America and fucking talked about it. Feminism was important enough that you fucking went out on tour and fucking talked about it. And yet, police brutality and state-sanctioned violence against black people and black bodies is not important. And it's not, or even if it is important, it's not important enough for these people to go out and talk about it publicly the way they will talk about these other causes, right? And then you have people that love to say like, oh, well, they can't talk about it because they don't want to anger their white fans. So white fans and white money and white points are worth more than black lives, even though your ass is black. even though you built this whole empire on the backs of your black fucking fan bases. But now black lives don't matter to you. That's basically what I feel like they're telling me at this point. You'd rather take this hush money from these white people and stay silent. You don't care about worrying your fucking fans that eat meat. You don't care about angering your fans that eat meat when you declare yourself a feminism. You don't care about angering your male fans or angering your non-feminist fans and you declare yourself a feminist. But the excuse is used that they don't want to anger white fans so they can't talk about black lives. What? It doesn't even make sense. And at the end of the day, what you're saying is that white money, again, that hush money to stay silent is more important than saying, hey, it's some real shit going on that we need to fucking talk about. And I think that people were also especially frustrated and disappointed because the McKinney, Texas thing that happened this past weekend, Beyonce is from Texas. You're from Texas. So now we have something that happened in your home state where you are from. And you're not going to say anything? You're going to stay silent even though you have this huge Good Morning America interview already planned where you're going to talk about your veganism? Even if you want to talk about your veganism, you can still throw something in there about, oh, and I heard about this thing that went on in McKinney, Texas, and as a resident of Texas, I find it to be horrible or disgusting or this or that. But these people stay silent. They say nothing. They say nothing. They literally take that hush money and they hush. And they hush. Right? And then they put this other shit out there to distract you from even you, the person, the consumer, the fan, from even talking about it or thinking about it. So instead of talking about McKinney, Texas, they want you to talk about Beyonce being a vegan now. Like, that's more important. Instead of talking about Kalief Browder, right, and the fact that he committed suicide after being fucking, I can't even say wrongfully convicted because he wasn't convicted. He was locked up for 3 years. And then killed himself. Instead of talking about that, they want you to talk about Summer Jam and shit like that, right? Because these celebrities be on the social media all day on Twitter, on Instagram, talking about shit that doesn't fucking matter. And I swear it's driving me crazy. It's driving me crazy. It's driving me fucking insane. It's annoying. I have some tweets here that I want to read you guys. Just some shit that I've been saying throughout the week, you know. Just some notes. You know, the ego, I tweeted this, the ego and sense of self-importance of a lot of these celebs does not match up with their actions. You think you're so important, but you do absolutely nothing when it comes to issues of real importance, right? And I feel like that's the meat and potatoes of it too. You have people that think that they're so important, that they're changing the world, that they're changing lives. One, you're an entertainer, bitch. You're not curing cancer. You're not fucking curing any other type of disease. You're not fucking, you know, you don't do shit. You sing and dance for a living. So why do you even have this sense of self-importance, right? And this inflated ego? And if you do feel like you're that fucking important and like you are just the biggest, hottest shit in the world, I find it very hard to believe the argument that, well, celebrities aren't activists. Celebrities aren't leaders. You can't have this fucking overinflated ego and this overinflated sense of importance about how important you are, and then at the same time say, well, I'm not important enough to lead, I'm not important enough to be an activist. How, Sway? I need the answer, Sway. That shit don't make no fucking sense, Sway. Like, the shit doesn't make sense. You have people that they're just flip-flopping. They're just flip-flopping the arguments. They're just saying whatever. They're just saying anything because it doesn't make sense. Either you're going to be an entertainer and you need to dial down the self-importance a little bit, or you're going to admit, I am important. I am an important person. I do have a platform, and maybe I should start respecting it, and maybe I should start respecting my power. With great power comes great fucking responsibility, right? You know? I watched this fucking interview that Farrakhan gave on The Breakfast Club that a lot of people have been asking me about and wanting me to make a video about, and this, I mean, maybe I'll make another one where I go kind of more in depth into more of the things that he said, but one of the main things that he said that I thought was really important was that he said that rappers are the new leaders, right? And I will extend that into not just rappers, the singers, you know, the vast majority of these black entertainers are the new leaders. In the 60s and the 70s, you didn't really, there was no rap, like there was no rap back then, but even back then when we were first integrating, black American culture did not have such a huge hold that it has right now, right? So you were able, the leaders back then were different. You were able to have leaders of the black community and of black movements outside of entertainment, right? You were able to have preachers that were leaders, you know? A lot of people back then were also much more invested in the church. Much more people looked to pastors for guidance and for leadership. So it only made sense that you had more spiritual leaders back then. This is just a different time. Less people are involved in the church, and you have more fucking rotten ass churches and rotten ass fucking preachers. I wouldn't ask none of y'all to listen to none of them. The vast majority of people, especially the youth, are looking to these entertainers, are looking to these celebrities. So you can't say, well, I'm not a leader like Martin or Malcolm or something like that, because that was just a different time, right? You have the amount of influence as a Martin or a Malcolm because the time that we're in now, okay? Because of the time that we're in now. So I agree with what Louis Farrakhan said, and I think what he said was really important. You are the leaders, and you know that you're the leaders. You try to fucking play crazy and play dumb like you're not, like you don't understand, because you don't want to stop accepting that fucking hush money from white people. But when you fucking make a whole press conference to announce on Good Morning America your veganism, and to announce that people should, you know, think about, you know, changing their lifestyle over to veganism, you understand that you are some type of a leader. You understand the sway and the influence that you have over people. So I don't want to hear the excuse that you're not a fucking leader. Like I said, you have people that pick and choose. They pick and choose when they want to be activists. They pick and choose their causes. They pick and choose their political stances. They pick and choose what they want to promote and what they don't want to promote. They pick and choose when they want to claim they're so self-important and when they want to claim that they're a nobody, right? And I'm sick of it. I'm fucking sick of it. I feel like this Kalief Browder story should be everywhere. I should see every black celebrity tweeting about it. This fucking McKinney, Texas story, it is everywhere, but it should be everywhere. I should see every single black celebrity tweeting about it. I definitely should have heard Beyonce talking about it on Good Morning America, because the motherfucking bitch is from Texas. You're from Texas. You're from fucking Texas. I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off. I'm fucking pissed off. Like, I don't mind celebrities using their platforms to speak about things they want to speak about, because of course, you know, whatever, it's your platform. But if you're going to speak about activism, if you're going to speak about veganism, if you're going to speak about feminism, if you're going to speak about ALS and do an ALS bucket challenge and this, that, and the third, you know, it would be nice to see these people publicly decry racism. It would be nice to see these people publicly decry state-sanctioned violence against black and brown bodies. It would be nice to see these people publicly decry these things on their platforms, you know? Like, it would be nice. It would be nice. Or if you're not going to do it, let's stop with the I'm so self-important that I need to go on Good Morning America and make a fucking public announcement about being a vegan bullshit, right? People say, like, oh, well, why can't they just be, you know, entertainers, like how Jordan, just an athlete. There was no Twitter back then. There was no Instagram back then. There was no social media back then. All Jordan did was go out on the court, play basketball, and take his ass home. These people want to be in our daily lives. They want to Instagram with us and tweet with us and do this with us and do that with us. They don't want to just be entertainers. They want to be leaders. They want to be public figures, but they don't want to take any of the responsibility that comes along with that. If you're just going to be an entertainer, fine. I don't want to see you tweeting about nothing but singing and dancing. I don't want to see you Instagramming about nothing but singing and dancing. I don't want to see you vining about nothing but singing and dancing. If you're going to talk about other shit, you got to pay the cost to be the boss, bitch. You got to pay the cost to be the motherfucking boss. Like, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm fucking sick of it. Kalief Browder was really, for me, the last straw, and the very little amount of fucking media coverage that it's receiving. The very little amount of celebrities that I still, even now, we're a year into this movement, that I see fucking talking about this. But when they want to sell me something, oh, they will damn sure talk about it, won't they? When they want to sell me some shit, right? Hush money. Hush money. Hush fucking money. These people pick and choose their battles. They're choosing to use their platforms to not talk about systemic racism and violence against black bodies in this country. They're choosing. Because white people and white people money, that hush money, is more important than black lives. Black lives don't matter to your fave. Black lives do not fucking matter to your fave, period. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell you. You know, these people are leaders. but they don't want to accept the responsibility, and it's just really making me sick. It's making me feel disgusted. It's making me want to fucking vomit when I see the huge egos and the sense of self-importance, and then the absolute refusal to accept any type of responsibility for what comes along with that. It annoys me. It annoys me. It annoys me. And then you have some celebrities that do at least try, and again, you have this fucking white supremacist media that downplays that refuses to fucking talk about that. Like, Jalen Rose, fucking great former NBA basketball player, great player, one of the fucking Fab Five out of Michigan when he was in college. He's now a fucking well-known sports commentator. I'm sure you guys all know or have seen Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose is from Detroit. He actually opened an academy there, the Jalen Rose Academy. He opened a high school there, and he recently graduated his first class in the beginning of the month, June, or in late May. He graduated his first class, 100% graduation rate, and I believe like 97% of them had either gotten into college or gotten into a trade school. And they also remain at the school like very hands-on with the graduates, checking up on them and making sure they're doing okay and helping them with job searches and things like that. That's nowhere, right? That's nowhere. That's nowhere. That's not on the front page of any of the blogs. I literally saw one tweet about it. I ended up opening the tweet, and then I had to and then I Googled it, so I found some more information. But it's nowhere. It's not on any of the blogs. It's not on any of your fucking favorite mainstream publications. It's not even on hardly on any of the black blogs. It's nowhere. It's fucking nowhere. Akon launched his fucking solar initiative, bringing light to 600 million people in Africa, which fucking begs the question that what do these fucking charities and funds and donations that claim they're doing shit for fucking Africa really do with that money? Because they haven't been able to do shit on this level with that money, with those millions of dollars. What do the people do with the money that you fucking donate to breast cancer and all this other cancers? Susan G. Komen been doing that walk for the cure shit for at least 10 years. We are nowhere closer to a fucking cure. Your fucking donations are paying the fucking salaries of these rich-ass CEOs of these non-profits. But, not even gonna get into that. This video is not even about that. But Akon fucking launched his solar initiative where he invested his own money, hundreds of millions of dollars, into fucking bringing lights to his people in Africa. What did he do? He got his money here in America. He ate. He signed Lady Gaga. He's her manager. His brother is Chris Brown's manager. They're eating off of them. What did they do? They took their money back to their community. They took their money back to Africa, and they're bringing lights to people. Why can't we do that here? Hush money. Because these celebrities care more about hush money than they care about you. They're paid to distract you, right? They're paid to not talk about shit that's really important. The white supremacist media is paid to fucking distract you and not tell you about shit that's really fucking important, right? And the celebrities that fucking try to do it, you will never hear about that. You have to dig and dig and dig. But on the front page of every fucking magazine, they'll have that fucking Beyonce announce on Good Morning America that she's a vegan. And I'm done. I'm done. I'm so done. I'm done. I'm 100% done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm fucking done. I'm over it. I'm over this fake black celebrity activism shit. Don't tell me about you going vegan. Don't tell me about nothing. I don't care. I don't care. You're either going to be an entertainer or you're going to be a leader, but you have to pick one. You have to pick one. You can't lead me down the road of veganism, but not want to lead me when it comes to fucking systematic racism. Not when you have all this power and all this importance that you fucking recognize and understand in your self-inflated ego little minds. I'm over it. I'm over it. These people, these celebrities, like Louis Farrakhan said, they are leaders. They are the new leaders. They are the people that the youth and that the generation, the younger generations are looking up to, in the way that formerly people might have looked at a Malcolm X or a Martin Luther King Jr., because we are living in a different time now. And they refuse to pick up the mantle and shoulder the responsibility, except when they feel like it. And when they feel like it is never to talk about anything that matters. So really think about that and remember it. And remember that on every level, you're operating within a white supremacist system that's designed to either A, kill you, or B, fucking corral your ass and sell you to the prisons where you can work for free. and these celebrities are getting hush money to be a part of that. Now, I'm not saying, like, don't enjoy their music, don't enjoy, you know, because I enjoy their music, I listen to their music in my car, you know, but I don't tune into anything but the entertainment. And it just really annoys me when they try to, like, push this non-entertainment shit, but then turn around and be like, I'm just an entertainer, I'm just an entertainer, I'm just an entertainer. I'm over it. I'm done. I'm fucking done. And fuck this fucking media, too, because the fact that this Kalief Browder shit is not a front page story just really fucking disgusts me. I'm so disturbed and disgusted, honestly. I'm finished. I'm done. It was a rant. Sorry, it's long. I got nothing for you. I'll put links to all this. Please read about Jalen Rose and Akon, because they are doing really, really, really great things, and I'm sure you guys haven't heard of it. Maybe you've heard of the Akon thing, because I've seen a bit of that, but the Jalen Rose, I've heard hardly nothing about it, and I think it's really amazing that he used his own money to go back to Detroit and open this school and invest in the kids, the youth, and the community. So please check it out. Thanks for watching. Food for thought as always. See you guys next time. Rant done. Peace.